afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Beekeeper Tarot. My name is Alan. Thank you so much for all your kind words and your kind feedback on my videos, and for watching the videos, and for hanging with me in the rain, in the storm. So yeah, no, I do appreciate it, folks. It means a lot to me, and yeah, your kindness. I got a lot of kindness. Always get a lot of kindness from you folks, and it's does mean a lot to me, folks. So yeah, I am feeling a lot better. So I was actually in a reasonable amount of pain in that last video. I just thought I'd just smash through it, but I felt significantly better the day after, and even though I was taking pills and doing things, I'm sure that the love that you guys were giving me, yeah, it's a energy. We wish for things, and we wish people healing and good luck, and we do all that sort of stuff, and it changes the energy, and so I certainly got a lot of lovely energy from you guys, and so I wanted to acknowledge that and to say how much that meant to me, guys. So thank you so very much. Yeah, so today we're off to see my mother, my lovely mother. Or if I say it in Australian, we're off to see my mother. I always try to pronounce my R's a bit easier for you, so we say mother. We don't say R's in Australian slang, so we say water is water, right? Water. Doctor, not doctor, doctor. Water. That's just we just hate R's in Australia. Useless letters are R's. Arr, 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 arr. Arr, me hardy. Anyway, so I've just been doing some running around this morning, and I had lunch with Igor, my lovely friend Igor. Then I grabbed my umbrella and I went for a walk in the rain, and I did some more stuff, and now I'm on my way to see my mum. And also another thing with my mum, now I love my mum dearly, right? But my mother has a clothes dryer, which I'd forgotten about. And she said, hey, do you want me to help you dry some clothes? Because I've got like all these wet pants and I need to go to work tomorrow, and all my pants are wet. Not because I peed in them, but because, like what's been happening is it's been like a bit of sun, right? And then the rain comes, and it's like, oh, okay. So the other morning I got home from work at 8 o'clock in the morning, hand washed some pants, put them on the line, it was nice and sunny. Then I woke up and it was raining, and I thought, oh, okay, better wash them again. And then I was working till 6 o'clock last night, so I washed them again. And then I returned a phone call from my mum, and yeah, so I'm going to see her today. But I don't mind rain. I really don't mind rain. I quite like it. So there's been lots going on. Lots and lots going on. As you know, I felt really relieved that all those world leaders were there with Zelensky in the White House, with the orange baboon. Just apparently he took a phone call from Putin at some point. Entertainment only YouTube. You can't make this stuff up, can you? No, you really cannot make this stuff up. But it was, but I kind of felt really relieved when because when I first read about or found out about Zelensky having to face Trump again, I mean, sorry. This is the thing, his name enters into my brain and all I want to do is swear. No, Alan, stop it. No swearing on YouTube, for fuck's sake. None of that. But anyway, that's pretty much what I think. Well, actually, that's not what I think. What I think is worse than that. But anyway, but I was just relieved that that they were there, and to be honest, I don't really know much about what happened with the meeting because I've just sort of been a bit busy with things, and it is hard to keep up with everything. It is really hard to keep up with stuff. But yeah, I just felt really relieved that there was help on hand, and really. I've said it before, but that last meeting with him with Zelensky in the White House, that just made my blood boil. It really did. The way that they treated him, and I think was it MTG's boyfriend that made a comment about how Zelensky looked good in his suit or whatever it was. I mean, what a prick he is. Anyway, and I think didn't Zelensky say that I've changed my clothes, but you're wearing the same suit, you haven't changed? Zelensky gave it back to him, man. Good on him, But we are just living in really historic times, folks. I really believe that. And that's another reason why it's so important to be on the right side of this, and as I've said before, as a community, we are beacons of light, You don't have to be on YouTube, you don't have to be driving in the rain. If you're doing something or you have good intentions to help people, or you're doing whatever you can in whatever way you can to help people, whether it be big or little or small or whatever, it's that intention, that intention that you have, then you are a beacon of light. So always know that, always know that as this insanity kicks in, and I think right now we're just in the thick of it, we are just in the thick of it. But yeah, and I sometimes think it's going to get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. I do believe that. I believe that, like I've said before, everything is transitional, and so this rubbish that we're going through is transitional. And all these tariffs, oh my God, unbelievable. Yeah, okay, he's going to probably boast about, making all this money. Well, yeah, it's because the American people are paying the extra duties, the taxes. You want to, there you go, that was fun. You might want to call it value added tax or whatever you want to call it. It's tax, Anyway, so it's just incredible how removed from reality these people are. And I really enjoyed when Vance was in England, that he just got so much curry from the British people. Go Britain, My grandmother was English, so there you go. My grandmother was from London, and she had a fight with my great-grandmother, and it must have been a big fight, because then it must have been a doozy, because my grandma thought, right, I'm out of here, so she jumped on a boat. She jumped on a boat from London to Melbourne in Australia. So Melbourne is where Lena is. So hi, Lena. Mwah, Lena, Auntie Lena, the most lovely Auntie Lena. But yeah, so that's what my grandma did. So she's British, and yeah. So I've only been to England a couple of times, twice I think. I've been to England. I've been to London twice. But anyway, yeah. So it was just good to see. Oh, and I think also too there was some fishing thing with Vance as well. He went fishing in some river and he didn't get the permit or something. It's just the absolute arrogance of him and this administration. It certainly is not reflective of the good American people. But these people are representing you badly, I might say, poorly, I might say, disgustingly, I might say, But anyway, so it was. I just enjoyed the reception that Vance got, and he also got thrown out of a pub or a restaurant as well. The staff said, what if he's stepping in this place, we're not working, so Go stick that somewhere where the sun don't shine. Oh, like Sydney right now, where the sun don't shine, but that's okay. But I think they were probably talking about a different place where the sun doesn't shine. Bot. But yeah, so just the insanity. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd just take you for a drive. Yeah, so in the rain, we've done this before, but it is particularly wet right now. So yeah, it's sliding away over the road. But it's okay. I don't mind driving in the rain. I don't mind it. Anything but the heat, you know. Especially if you're ever going to come to Australia, if you're ever going to come to Sydney, do not come in February, guys. Do not do it, because it's really humid in Sydney in February, and all you do is you sweat and you stink. That's it. You have your shower, you put in your deodorant, you know, you smell like the rose garden, you smell beautiful, and you walk outside and you smell like shit because you're just sweating and everything else. So don't ever come to Sydney in February. It's just horrible. It's in March it starts to get a bit better, because March is our autumn time. Sorry, you call it fall in the States, we call it autumn. I'm not sure what they call it in Canada, but yeah, we call it autumn. So yeah, that's just what we call it. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, so but I've enjoyed the rain. But like I said, it's so I've been washing clothes, right, and just hanging them on. Like I've got this like, we call it a clothes horse. I don't know what you call it in other countries, but it's like, you know, where you hang up your washing to dry inside. And yeah, but they're still damp because there's not much warmth right now. And there's actually even been snow in places in New South Wales where there's like small country towns, places like Armidale and Glen Innes, which is like north, maybe a couple of 100 kilometres from the coast. Yeah. Oh, hey, and speaking about maps, do you remember that last map that I did when I showed you the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge? I got those wrong. What kind of a loser am I? I was watching the video right before I posted it, and I thought, God, Alan, you egg. So I'm going to have to draw you another map sometimes, folks, because yeah, the Harbour Bridge is on the western side of the harbour, and the Opera House is on the eastern side of the harbour. Dingbat, Alan. I don't know why. Probably because I was just in pain, or I was trying to draw the image upside down. I don't know, but clearly you can see that you are really dealing with a mental giant here. Vicky Pataro, where only the facts matter. Maybe I should do a course in geography. Maybe that's what I should do. I should do a course in Australian geography and get my shit together. Yeah, it's nice and wet. So I reckon, I'm not going to do it today, but I reckon that if we went through the Royal National Park, I'm pretty certain that the weir in Audley would be closed. I'm pretty certain of that. So, close over here. Yeah, it will be closed for sure. Because it really doesn't take much rain to... here we go, here's a sign here. Audley Weir closed due to National Park, due to flooding. So there you go. I didn't even know that sign was good. Yeah, so the weir is closed. So that weir that I showed you before, where it floods, it has flooded. So there you go. I was right. I was right about that, even though I can't draw a map of Sydney. So we won't be going down to Audley today. But there's just been a lot of rain. And I'm working tomorrow, so I'm going to catch up with Mum. And I've got 3 pairs of pants to dry. I've got about 30 million t-shirts, so that's okay. Everything else I've got covered, but I've only got the 3 pairs of pants. So this is the idea, right? You wash one pair, you go to work, right? And you wash it, and you hang it on the line, and within a day or so it's dried. You got a spare, and then you got the pants you're going to wear for that day. But no, that's all changed. So, yeah. But I actually had forgotten that my mother had a clothes dryer. I'd actually forgotten about that. So, but it's my mother is 85. She's 86 in January. She's a lovely lady. She's very kind, you know. She's very kind and very gentle. And she doesn't swear like me. I think I'll probably get that from my father's side of the family. They're all rat bags. If you know what that means. Anyway, so we're coming down. Yeah, there's water everywhere right now. We'll go like here. Splashing away. So like I said before, I think I said it here, our Australian Prime Minister, a guy by the name of Anthony Albanese, we call him Albo in Australia because we abbreviate everything here. It's like we hate English. It's like we hate the English language. It's too, you know, it's too wordy for us. We abbreviate everything. So he has said publicly that Palestine should be recognised as a state, or we will. I think it's next year. Or there's some legislation going through, or whatever. So, like I said, we've pissed off Trump and pissed off Benjamin Netanyahu. You know, the war criminal and the felon. So there's actually been a lot of protests in Israel, which is against the war in Gaza. So there's been massive protests. I'm not sure of the actual numbers, but it certainly made the Australian news cycle. So, and it's not. I mean, it's comforting in a way just to know that people are, you know, aware of what's going on. But I mean, I'm just hoping that this ends soon. It's been over 3 years now, and you know, you look at Gaza, and it's literally just rubble. It's literally rubble, and Netanyahu is just, oh my God, just what a piece of work he is. What an absolute piece of work he is. So hopefully, I don't know, just it's just beyond anything that is imaginable. And that's the thing too, you know, I always think, you know, if you're a person that's at peace with yourself, like you don't want to start wars, you don't want to hurt anybody, you don't even want to hurt an animal, do you know what I mean? Oh, and that's another thing as well with the Yeti was like saying, wasn't he saying something on Fox that, you know, he wants to go to heaven and he's stopped all these wars and he's at the bottom of the totem pole or whatever it is. Well, if you know what a totem pole was originally used for, it's a sign of fertility with the male appendage. So I guess he must have a very small, from what Stormy says, it's a very small totem pole. Very small, mushroomy, escalate-shaped totem pole. Doesn't even touch the sides. That's what Stormy said. And I reckon she should know. She should know. But it's bizarre, isn't it? They think it's like, you know, you come into the end of your life, or you think you come into the end of your life, and it's like, oh shit, I better make a deal with God. I mean, it really doesn't work that way, Mr. President. I very much, I mean, I'm not, sorry folks, I better adjust, okay, I need to adjust this a bit. I'm not an expert on this, but my gut feeling is, I do believe in karma, and I believe in energies, and I believe that we are all spirits. We just inhabit different bodies. Like, I'm a spirit, and I just happen to be inhabiting this body right now. That's it. And so when my body dies, which it will, and turns to ash, as it will, either by if I get cremated or whatever, spirit lives on, and it's like, it's just a cloak for my spirit that I'm wearing this body. It's nothing more than a shell. And but these idiots, I don't get that. It's like they spend their entire life hurting people and trying to rip people off and being cruel to people, and it's like, they feel that they're facing their mortality, and it's like, oh shit, I better make a deal with God. Well, I don't know. I don't know how spirit would go with that. I think he's in for a very, very, very rude awakening, and it's not my karma, and I don't wish him any harm, but my gut feeling is he will have to pay for every single piece of hurt he has caused everybody in this entire life, and I sometimes wonder about his spirit guides. I mean, what must they be thinking? I mean, because we all have spirit guides, right? His spirit guides just must be exhausted. Could you imagine trying to, point him in the right direction from a spiritual point of view, and you're like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe, no. And yeah, just hardcore, isn't it? It's hardcore. But yeah, we're all just energy, and that's why I think, if you can do something small for somebody, or on any level, it doesn't have to be big, but like I said, I said before that, we're beacons of light, folks, and we're just going through a dark night. It's a night, it will end, but metaphorically speaking, we are just going through a dark night. And I do think that our community, as light workers, we are doing a phenomenal job in helping each other and supporting each other. And the readers, like, so many great readers out there, and the community, we are in a great community, folks, and I'm very proud and humbled to be part of this community. I think we're doing a great job. So we are doing a really, really, really good job amongst all the madness. And yeah, but like I said, folks, just remember that we are beacons. Yep, we are all beacons of light, just doing our thing. Yeah. Well, anyway, folks, I'm about to turn off down to another road, and I'll probably be at my mum's place in about maybe 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. So I'm gonna turn down here and switch off. So thank you for coming for this little journey in the rain with me today. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Oh, actually, you know what? There's a nice bakery on the way to see my mum's. I might drop into the bakery, and I might get a nice little treat for us. Why don't I do that? Treat for me and mum from the bakery. You can have it with a nice cup of tea or something. That would be nice. That would be nice. Alright. Here we go. Back in suburbia. avoiding the pothole. Alright everybody. So we can go through here. And we're done here. Yeah, we're good. Alright folks, I'm going to pull over under these trees up here. Switch this off and go to the bakery. Alright folks, thank you so much for spending some time with me, about 25 minutes worth. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your kindness. It does mean a lot to me. Love you all to bits, and I'll be back soon with the tarot cards. It'll be good to do some more readings, and yeah, so hang in there guys. Love you all. Stay safe and stay strong, yeah? This bullshit will end. Alright guys, bye for now. Bye.